Start talking about the best player to ever play defense. Slow down just a bit. Comparing Miach Parsons to Lawrence Taylor, Bruce Arians, this is what he had to say. Which, I agree with what he's saying, but who knows how his career is really going to pan out, if he's going to be as good as him. I don't really know. It's going to be very hard for Miach Parsons to become as good as Lawrence Taylor was. He could maybe win a Defensive Player of the Year and a Defensive Rookie of the Year in the same season like Lawrence Taylor did, maybe, but Lawrence Taylor won 3 Defensive Player of the Years, and he won an MVP and Defensive Player of the Year in the same year, which is very impressive, and I think he was one of the last players to win MVP as a defensive player and a Defensive Player of the Year in the same year. It's honestly insane, and I don't know, Miach Parsons, do you think he has a chance to live up to Lawrence Taylor? Tonight's Chargers versus Chiefs on Thursday Night Football. I think the Chiefs are going to win 28-24, and I think Patrick Mahomes is going to have a great game tonight. Breaking news from Adam Schefter. Urban Meyer was fired as the head coach of the Jags, and he was just disrespecting players, calling assistant coaches idiots and stuff like that, not treating the players right. And he did something else I'll say in a later thing, but as well, that whole bar situation earlier too, he's just been not acting good off the field. And there's been other coaches who just got hired who have bad seasons, like the Jets coach and the Lions coach. They're still there. They're probably could be there for 2 to 3 more years after this, which Urban Meyer really accelerated the time he got fired just by the way he's been acting off the field and how he's been treating people in his organization. And he's just not been playing that great, and I don't think this really comes as a surprise to anyone that he was fired. He was playing terrible, and they need to get a better coach. Former Jags kicker Josh Lambo says Urban Meyer kicked him during warm-ups. Josh Lambo, I'm in a lunge position, left leg forward, right leg back. Urban Meyer, while I'm in that stretch position, comes up and says, "Hey dipshit, make your effing kicks," and kicks me in the leg, which this is totally unacceptable thing for a coach to do to a player. In any situation, he shouldn't put his hands on a player. And who knows if it was a different player, if they would have actually fought Urban Meyer. Who knows how bad the situation could have got of him doing this. Certainly wasn't as hard as he could have done it, but it certainly wasn't a lift up. Truthfully, I would register as a 5 out of 10, which in the workplace, I don't care if it's football or not, the boss can't strike an employee. I'm sure I agree with this, and he could have really done something about him kicking him, and adding this on the whole situation pretty much probably accelerated him to get fired. Hours later, he got fired, which makes sense. There's too many things against him, especially this, and there's just so much stuff going on with the Jacksonville Jaguars. What do you guys think about Urban Meyer getting fired? Is that the best situation for both parties? Overall matchup if they met in the playoffs, the Patriots versus the Buccaneers. I would pick the Buccaneers. Their defense is definitely coming along, and I think they've just been improving each week, and their offense is obviously better than the Patriots is. Who would you guys pick, the Buccaneers or the Patriots?